And welcome to another edition of Thoughts of the Round Table with me, Matt Rebar.
And me, Paul Laux.
And Paulie, what's been happening?
Not too much for me, but I heard you finally got your shot in the arm.
Yeah, so for those who are not from Ohio basically said that fat people can get their COVID shot. And
how do they regulate that, by the way? Can you just show up?
Here's the thing. Before the COVID vaccine, I would never have said I'm fat. For this vaccine, I am now fat. But now, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, I don't feel that bad because, like, okay, even if you want to say, okay, you're not fat, which, thank you, I kind of am, but kind of aren't at the same time. It's weird.
Husky. We're Husky Bookends.
Husky Bookends. The date for when anyone could go is in like 2 days, so I don't feel bad. It's not like it's like, okay, it's either me or some 80-year-old lady named Gladys who gets the shot, right? Like at this point, right, all people who are really should get the shot have pretty much gotten it, I assume. So yeah, I got booked. I went down to CSU. People are asking me what's the hot tip for the max vaccination site. Go in the morning, like 8 to 9 a.m. is when it opened. For me, and I tried 2 days, and the first day I couldn't because I didn't have my health insurance information, so I had to wait the next day. But yeah, both days worked out fine. What
do you mean health insurance information?
Yeah, they wanted you to type in your health insurance information. I guess you could skip it, you could bypass it, but I was, being all goody.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what I did.
No, you bypassed it?
Yeah.
I should have done that.
I didn't have my card on me.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I was too much of a goody two-shoes. I should have.
Oh, so it's not like you got kicked. It was just like, well, I don't have this. So
I know. I was like, well, I almost clicked that I don't have health insurance, but then, I don't know. Part of me was like, I can't lie like that. I don't know. I was so conflicted. As for going to CSU.
Did they even ask for it once you got there?
No, they didn't ask. Like, I literally, walked in, and they were like, what's your name and date of birth? And I was like, boom, boom. And they're like, okay, you can go. So then I went, they moved us down to the floor. So like the basketball floor court of the arena. I sat in a row with people, or I guess it's a column. Whatever it is that's like longer horizontally. So like hot dog style.
That's a row.
That's a row? Okay, so we sat in a row. And then on the columns were the guys who were doing the vaccines. So they would move up like their columns as the rows were getting filled. So I literally sat down. I was vaccinated with reschedule in the next 5-6 minutes, left in the next 10 after they sit for a bit. So yeah, it went really smooth. As of right now, my reaction's been, I have a little numbness in the shoulder, just a little bit. And I was really tired last night, and I took a 3-hour nap today. So, no.
Which one did you get?
They gave me Pfizer, which is, I guess everyone says that's the best one.
I heard the past couple weeks they've been giving the Johnson. I might get the Johnson & Johnson if they're giving out this week, which is the one shot. See, I kind of wish I had the one shot in the sense that, like, okay, it's a one time. I know the effectiveness is lower, but, I hate needles. So the idea of going twice, I'm like, ooh, I don't love that. But I heard the second one's brutal, too. It's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's so weird.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't understand any of that. But
how did you book yours? How did you book yours, though? People,
hold on.
Sip of water.
I am parched.
Ooh, oh my gosh, you were drowning that.
Sorry, that was not necessary on a podcast.
So
anyway.
#unprofessional. Thank goodness this is not a professional piece.
My mic even has a mute button, and I didn't use it.
Yeah,
but I just went onto the website and just picked a day past when I was eligible.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
so it's pretty easy. And so I'm starting to see even the Walgreens by us, they have like tons of appointments. Look, I think Ohio got a whole bunch of vaccines this week.
Yeah, we're getting 500,000 next week. So
is that a lot? I honestly don't know what
500,000 is huge. We only have like 11 million people in the state. And
I didn't know like what we've been getting.
Oh, probably upwards of 200-300 for the last month or month.
Wait, 200-300 to wait what?
No, 200,000. Sorry, not
to what?
To
what
about 500,000 next week.
Oh, so we're going up about 200.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. That's a lot. So
basically doubling the supply.
Yeah, I wonder if that's too much. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. What do you think they'll do with all the extras once, because eventually it's going to fizzle down. You're never going to hit 100%. See, obviously.
Here was my question. So they bought 300 million doses. Or is it five? It was like 500 million doses.
Yeah, because everyone's got to get 2.
Yeah, well, for the most part, except for Johnson & Johnson. So let's say roughly they have enough for 250 million people. That being said, you have the population's like at 315 million in the country, maybe 320.
I think it's 350.
Is it 350 now?
Yeah.
Oh man, I totally. Whoop. Well, how many of those people are kids? Under 18, under 16. Probably a little bit. And then 2, you're just gonna have people who you could even like literally be like, sir, we will come to your house and give you the shot. Who won't take it, and they won't take it. So
I know there's some states where it's like it's kind of hard to get one here, but there's some states where you can just walk right in. Like literally, I think Florida's like that, and I think Arizona's like that, where they have so much you can just walk into a hospital and be like, okay, I'm here.
I heard that like in New Jersey from the get-go, they were like, anyone who wants one can get one. And I don't know if
Get-Go? The gas station?
No, New Jersey. Anyone who wants one can get one.
Oh, from the get-go. I literally thought you meant from the gas station get-go. I'm like, who's getting vaccinated at a gas station?
Can you imagine like going to Get-Go to get your gas perks and your vaccine shot? It's like, oh, I'm saving gas and I'm being protected from COVID-19. It's like
you get the pump in one hand, you get the shot in the other hand.
They give you the shot while you're pumping gas, so it's just like 2 in 1. And it's really interesting, I think, that like how some states kind of approached it. I think the biggest worry for me was like they can't waste this product. They should not be wasting it. So it's like that's why I felt like they needed to speed up a little bit with some of like it took forever to kind of get to where we needed to be.
My aunt lives in Oregon, and they're still 65 plus.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're still in 65 plus still.
I'm just curious, like how much of that is being wasted right now.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. It might depend. I wonder if they have a large elderly population.
So it makes sense like in the beginning, right? When it's like, okay, we're only getting like 50, 100,000 shots this week. So yeah, it makes sense to be exclusive. But at what point do you have all these shots and you have this exclusiveness? And another thing that kind of bugged me with this whole thing was, we're trying to get older people vaccinated first. The priority has to do with age, right? Which totally makes sense. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But the only way to get the vaccine is to go online on the internet and like fight through to get an appointment. It's like how that's not age friendly at all.
Like that queue you had to get on with Giant Eagle.
Yeah, that's just not age friendly at all. I really feel like this whole and also the website. Can I just let's be honest. The website to go
the ODH website,
the Ohio website to get it's get the shot. .coronavirus.ohio.gov. They couldn't have shortened that? Why can't it be vaccine.ohio.gov? So much easier.
Or get the shot.org. Even just that.
Shot.ohio.gov. Easy. Get the shot.coronavirus.ohio. That's mind-boggling. Like, I know I'm confused, and I'm like part of the computer generation. Can you imagine poor Ethel and Rosemary down at the senior center who were like, what's that link? Get the shot, what? .covid? What? Like, a mess. Biz. I want to know who came with that link, and I want to give them a slap on the wrist, because that was just was there no other links available?
I wonder who designed the website, because since it's a government website, I'm pretty sure they throw it out to the lowest bidder, to be honest.
I didn't mind the design of the website. I thought the design was fine.
The functionality is a little bit.
The functionality was. I agree. The functionality was a little
especially weird. For elderly people. You know what they should have? Did they do this? If I can't remember if I'm imagining this or not, but I think they were helping people sign up at the library. Am I imagining that, or did they not?
I think they were. I think they've been doing that, which makes sense. To have resources where people can go to, especially people who don't have internet access. Because, Paul, it's kind of crazy to think, but like there are some people who don't have internets and don't have computer at home. Oh,
I know people who are like that.
And whether it's because of they don't care, they don't have a budget, they're not interested, it's not a priority for them, whatever. So like, we need to be, and I hate to say next time because we don't want a next time. But in the future, you have to think about accessibility. And I just felt like this link, the length of the name of the link, and just that it's all online is a little troublesome. So
I wonder if what we'll learn from this. I mean, God forbid it ever happens again. I wonder if we'll learn to do things differently. Like, because there are things every state kind of did, the release of it their own way. And there's things to learn from each case. And, the states that just kind of opened it up to everyone and the states who restricted it. And I wonder if that will ever if we'll ever kind of look back and be like, well, we should have done it like this or done it like that. I don't know.
I think it would be quite effective for the government to have not investigation, that's a strong word, but a analysis of what happened.
I would agree to that. Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
The reaction time was slow. There should have just been federal policy that wasn't enacted. The states
there could be like a federal report on it. Like, just research it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was crap.
Like, not an investigation, just kind of like look back and see like, okay, what did we do? What was the timeline of things? What could we have done better? I would like that. I don't know I doubt that'll happen, but
I don't know. I could see Biden's administration maybe doing that, but I don't know if it's a priority as of right now. I think the priority is getting the shots out there.
And getting that ship out of the Suez Canal.
Oh, so my question is, I have seen it, I've read a little bit, but what's the exact context of how the ship? Why is the ship stuck, and why can't they move it? Do you know?
Okay, well, it's a massive cargo ship, massive barge, and you know what the Suez Canal is for, right?
Obviously. Oh yeah, huge. I mean, biggest transportation. Yeah. I mean, it's like
Panama
it cuts
through, so you don't have to go through the Cape of Good Hope around Africa.
Take the horn.
But it's Cape of Good Hope, right?
I thought it was maybe.
Which one's south of?
I just know it's around the horn.
I think Anyways, it doesn't matter. But anyways, so it's a huge cargo ship, and the story is that it just got kind of turned by the wind, I guess, and now it's stuck in the mud in the bank, basically.
Oh God!
And it's wedged in the bank, and so it's so big they have to dig it out. But there was, I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently, when the ship was in the Red Sea, it was like just going around in circles, drawing pictures and everything of like its path and everything, and then it just immediately wedged itself in the canal. So they don't know if like the captain was like just being lazy or lackadaisical or joking around and somehow screwed it up. I don't know what it is.
And the problem that they can't like easily move it is because of the mud.
It's stuck in mud. It's literally just imagine like a thousands and thousands of ton cargo ship stuck in literal just mud.
Gosh.
And we don't have there's no tugboats strong enough to pull it out. So they have to basically what they're doing is they're digging a canal around it. That's basically what they're doing. Is digging a canal around it and out from under it. And they're doing it's like two guys literally it's like two guys with a backhoe. That's almost literally what it is.
Did you see, this was on Twitter, and it was basically how in Sweden or Finland or Norway, it's one of those three, it always is, in a weekend, they were able to make a tunnel underneath a highway. So they had to deconstruct the highway to carve out a tunnel and then create the tunnel, put the highway back. They did it in a weekend. Do you know how long that would take in America?
I think I saw that.
It's insane. It's 3-day project. They have a lot of teams. They probably had 3 different shifts coming in. I'm like, oh my God. If you ask someone in America to make a tunnel under a highway, it'd probably take 2 years.
It would take them 2 years to build an on and off ramp here. But that reminds me of that story. It was a few years ago in Japan when there was a sinkhole, and a sinkhole swallowed a 5-lane road, portions of a 5-lane road. I don't think anybody's heard, but this huge portion of the road was gone. They literally filled in the sinkhole and relayed the road and rebuilt it up in 48 hours. It was done.
Wow. I'm telling you, that would have taken 3 months. That would have taken 3 months here. Oh my God.
48 hours and the thing is back.
Jesus. So you said you had a story to share with us. Tell us.
Yeah, did you see this? And I want to know what you think about it. What's going on in Florida, naturally. So this woman was found naked in the sewer system. Okay?
What?
And the story behind it is her boyfriend reported her missing, and 3 weeks later, she just appeared naked in the sewer. And so she was yelling to someone, and they pulled her out. And she claimed she was on a walk or something, and she found a door to a sewer grate and just decided to walk in and explore, and got lost in the sewer system for 3 weeks and was just wandering throughout the sewer system for 3 weeks. And everyone's like, well, how did you can't live without like water or something for 3 weeks. She goes, well, I found a can of 7-Up down there and I drank that and that was good. And they were like, what? Like you lived off of one can of pop for 3 weeks? And so it's just so, and no one can explain, like even she was found like miles away from where she claimed that she entered the sewer system. And so now they have to like go back and like see if this is even possible. And the police right now are like, we can't really prove that she did anything wrong. Like, it's just so weird. But she goes, yeah, I was down there for 3 weeks and I lived off a can of pop, and she was naked for some reason. It's
okay. Like, multiple questions. One, maybe it's just because I've seen it. I have no desire to go into a sewer system ever. Like, not on my to-do list. 2.
Who does?
The sewer system is designed, isn't it designed so that it's pretty accessible for people to, like, go into the sewer system if maintenance needs to be done? So how she couldn't find a way out, unless that sewer system is like the Labyrinth with David Bowie, I don't understand that either.
She claims she got disoriented in there.
3, isn't it illegal to go in there? Isn't that trespassing?
I mean, I would assume so, but that's a pretty minor thing. It's a $50 ticket.
Still, for the police to be like, oh, girl, she didn't do anything wrong. Well, she kind of did in a way. 4.
Yeah, but they're probably more baffled.
I don't care if this... 4. I don't care if this was the sexiest 7-Up bottle that was like glistening. You know how like the beads of water trickle on the sides? I don't care if this was a 2-liter trickling, beautiful, ice-cold 7-Up. There's no way. 3 weeks, that's the only liquid. She definitely drank some of that swamp water. I'm telling you, she drank sewer water. There's just no way.
You know the Marianas Trench? I don't know why this reminded me of it. The deepest part of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
There's camera and research down there, and a few months ago they randomly found a can of Fanta down there, like at the bottom of Marianas Trench. We're like, how in God's name did a can of Fanta get down here? So that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Oh my God, that's really weird. That's like a bigger mystery than the sewer, if you ask me.
But no, there's got to be something to this. I mean, you can't live. I mean, Florida is Florida. You know, the crazier things have happened. But
I know. Florida. Remember when we did our birthdays in Florida? Florida man birthdays or whatever? That was fun.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, I could tell you real quick. This was what happened to me this week. So I had an iPhone 8 for 4 years, and it wasn't like I needed the upgrade, but Verizon was like,
what I have.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was, there was some signs that it was a little older, like the battery especially. So my parents, because we do a family plan, because everyone should be on a family plan, because that's just the cheaper way to do things. My parents were like, yo, you're due for an upgrade. So I went in, and for $500, I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. And let me tell you,
$500? Are you crazy?
I know. Let me tell you, it has been an adjustment that I'm still not used to. And here's the 2 things that are really throwing me off. 1, there's no home button anymore. So I have to like kind of tap the phone to like log in, and I'm kind of used to like, I don't know, that's throwing me off big time. 2,
what do you mean you got to tap it? Because my wife has an iPhone. She doesn't have the brand new one.
You have to.
She doesn't have one either.
You have to like swipe up, or kind of like if you can double tap, sometimes it works. And in the past, you just hit the home button. And I'm like, I
hate that.
Weird.
I like the home button. That's what I have.
Another issue that I'm having is in the iPhone 8, you swipe up from the bottom if you want like your control options, and then you swipe down from the top for your notifications.
Notifications and stuff.
Well, on the iPhone, let me kind of demonstrate here. Because there's no home button to exit out of, if you click an app, let's say like this Netflix, to get out of it, you swipe up. To get your notifications, you swipe left down. And then to get your controls, it's right down. So I keep hitting the wrong right down or left down. So that it just takes some time. But the camera, Paul, the camera is chef's kiss. It's quite delicious. I'm glad. That's what I wanted. I just really wanted a good phone video for projects. So I'm really glad.
All those commercials that are filmed on an iPhone, as they say. I actually found my iPod years ago. Mm-hmm. That I recently found it like a week or 2 ago, but it's from years ago, and it was just even the old, like it had the old YouTube app logo, and I had like Words with Friends on there. What was what was it? Drawsome. I had Drawsome on there. You remember that?
Ooh, my God.
Yeah. All the classics, man.
I guess another question, since I kind of spent some of my stimulus money on the new phone, what are you doing with your stimulus?
I still didn't get my stimulus money.
What? You haven't gotten it yet?
Nope.
I haven't gotten my federal, so I got my state tax return, but I didn't get my federal. Got my stimulus literally on Patty's Day, which if we had a normal Patty's Day, that might have been bad. There might have been some damage to the bank account. Imagine getting like 1.4K extra on St. Patty's Day. That's a little tempting.
I didn't do anything on St. Patty's Day. Nothing. I'm getting old, man. I really am getting old. My back hurts. My knees hurt. I'm not going out for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, well, the good news is, fingers crossed, we should be building a deck at my house this spring. So if you want to ever come over for some... Yeah, oh yeah. Well, we got to figure out the design, because I kind of want a hot tub. Is that selfish of me?
You seem like a hot tub guy. You're a hot tub guy.
I love water. I just want to be able to like sit in water. Is that too much to ask?
Are you going to have your own version of Porchella?
Right? Oh my God. When is Porchella still happening this summer?
Yes, it is. I'll give you the details later.
Okay, sweet. Because I got to start working on my my headlining set for Porchella. My musical.
You actually called it Coachella.
I know. I called it Coachella. Got to work on my musical live performance.
I'm so glad to have a regular summer this summer. At least I hope. We'll see.
Seriously, I think it'll be much better than. I mean, last summer was. I will say, this sounds cheesy. COVID summer really taught me a lot of things about, pushing myself creatively. It taught me about, not having to be socialized every minute of my life. And
I wrote a book during it.
Yeah, you did. You published it. It was very inspiring, Paul. So, yeah, I'm excited for the summer. I really am.
I am too.
Well, I think that's about it, unless there's anything you want to close out with.
I got about 5 minutes before my laptop dies, so...
So we're going to close out with that. Well, we'll see you next time on Thoughts of the Roundtable. Until then, peace out.
Later.